Hello, welcome to Black Sports. It's been an amazing atmosphere in Qatar as the African team grabs their first win in the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. So I am your host, Insonet Uche, and with me here is our guest that you had before in the last episode, Incofab Ikenna. Welcome to Black Sports.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be here. We had a nice time the other time, but I hope today will be better.
Yeah, much better because we have lost points. Okay, starting from the matches we have between the Morocco and Croatia, and between Switzerland, Cameroon, Portugal, Ghana, Qatar, Senegal, which is the match of the day. So we're going to pick it up pieces by pieces to have all this analyzed. So we'll start off with the stalemates that happened between Morocco and Croatia. I know Uche was on a platform last time. He was actually still rooting for Cameroon, being one of the teams that his favorite for this tournament. Do you think Cameroon have done justice to their game, having a stalemate with Croatia?
Cameroon or Morocco?
Morocco having a
Well,
stalemate with Croatia.
Morocco against Croatia. If you remember, on the balance of things, Croatia actually made it to the final of last World Cup.
Exactly. That is the point there.
They are heavyweights and they are a team that should be one of the contenders for the World Cup. So Morocco giving a good account of themselves in that particular game. Before now, I've been blaming African teams of taking the moral victory, taking they play well, they struggle, they impose themselves. At the end of the day, they lose, and then we shout, "Hey, they did."
Yeah, they didn't do well. Okay, I believe we lost them somewhere there. So basically, what we're actually talking about here has to do with the performance of the Morocco team and the Croatia, and it was really a one-sided game in the sense that we have the Croatians having the possession of the ball, but regardless, you can see that both of the team has only 2 shots of target, and in this situation, I would say that the Moroccans did a very good job in actually holding this game to a stalemate for 90 minutes.
They were not even defending. They imposed themselves on the game. They created some good. They could have won. They could have won. We know Croatia. They can defend well, but Morocco impressed me a lot, especially through this their right back, the PSG guy.
Okay, Hakimi.
Yeah, Akraf Hakimi did so well. Even the Chelsea outcast seems to also performed. That's Hakim Ziyech. Also performed.
Yes.
I was quite impressed with the.
It was a really good game. Now, speaking, we're seeing that Morocco have given us that they are not a team you can actually push over in this tournament. So I believe this goalless draw have actually made also a noise, giving them the momentum to foster ahead in their coming games. Do you agree now that going to the tournament now more, that they have a different mentality to approach the game?
Definitely, because when you play so well against a top team, it tends to bring in some confidence among the players and the coaching staff. It completely changes the atmosphere in the dressing room, in the hotels, wherever they are staying. The atmosphere will be very positive, and you can never take away the impact of such atmosphere. So I hope to see them repeat such performance and then get some goals, because goals get you points. So
exactly. Goals is what we need in the tournament. Okay, so moving over to the next team, we're talking about Switzerland and the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. This is the one that I failed to understand what really happened in this game, because Cameroon came out strong. They have the mentality to change the game, but I believe at this point they lacked what they were overwhelmed. they were not certain of their sorting because they lacked that finish, that finite pass to bring out something positive. What do you say about the match between the Switzerland and Cameroon, whereby the lone goal that gave the Switzerland the opening was from the Bril Ebolo, which happens to be a Cameroonian born and now has come to bite them at the 48th minute?
Again, it boils down to the same thing I've been complaining. You play so well, you miss your chances, and then your opponent gets one chance and win, and then we all shout, "Hey, they did well, but they lost the game." So I don't want us to be claiming that moral victory. We don't need that. I mean, Saudi Arabia was able to beat the whole Argentina. Japan came from behind to beat Germany. So it's not just about moral victory. We need to start scoring goals. We need to start imposing ourselves on the games. And the case of Cameroon was not a case of
I believe the case of Cameroon, to me, it has to do with concentration. Also, you have all the game within your power. You have the passes, you have the possession. The first half they had good game, but they still lack that finite pass, that decisive pass that can actually turn out to be something that will give the stadium an uproar and to their glory. So I can see we are actually moving over to the next part of the talking points, which has to do with the Portugal and Ghana. This has a whole lot of talking points. I believe me, trust me, Ikenna, Portugal and Ghana, a whole lot of people believe that before I go into that, the match ended in 3-2 with Portugal having the upper hand against the Black Stars of Ghana. So a whole lot of reactions online talking about the penalty that was given by the 5-time goal scorer in 5 World Cups, Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you agree that the decision of the referee and the VAR in that situation is not quite top-notch?
I have one theory, and it is the only logical explanation to what happened in that whole game, not just the penalty incident. There can only be one explanation, and that is VAR was not working that day. You cannot tell me that VAR was working. No, it's not.
I like
it's not
this.
just.
So wait.
So
Incofab. So you're saying that VAR was actually not working entirely. That maybe it got malfunction. That's why they didn't use it. They didn't use it entirely throughout the whole match.
I stand by it. I can tell you, probably there was a communication breach between the referee and the VAR, or the VAR itself was not getting the feeds that it's supposed to get to be able to review certain incidents. Come on, I saw the game. You get I followed it through one step at a time, and you see what happened. You know the most probable decision that the VAR will come to. The penalty incident between Ronaldo and that Ghanaian defender took less than a minute, and the kick was they had to take the kick. Why? Because the VAR was not checked. If it was checked, at least it would have taken some time. Now, it took some time, and those guys were able to say, yes, this thing, the referee got it. The referee made a decision, but there was no clear and obvious error.
Yes.
That's from the FA, the England guys. No clear and obvious error. Then maybe we could understand. But then when I look, I've seen that replay over 10 times. I that it again, and man, it was clear. This is shoulder to shoulder tackle. The contact between the guy and Ronaldo was so so little. It was just non-existent, in fact, because it was highly negligible. I read an article from Mike Dean from one of the internet newspapers, and Mike Dean was shocked. Like, a whole Mike Dean, was actually shocked.
I love this one. Mike Dean was shocked with the reactions. What really happened now? Speaking about, if you notice, unlike, I'll be really honest with you, the whole of history, at some point, the referees have had a whole lot of errors in the game, not just in the Portugal match. even in the last match between you see well talking about between USA and England, most of the corners, they're not really being top of their game. Some minor or a commitment that's been made and you see it's been overlooked. Some games, some corner kicks, you blow it a goal kick. As I believe there seems to be a lot of discrepancies in their officiating in this FIFA World Cup tournament. Is it has to do with because this had nothing to do with the VAR. Even the official itself seems not to be dotting their I's and crossing their T's when along.
Yeah, this referee thing has to come in the different ways you get. Now, FIFA as a governing body, as an international governing body, wants to project that unity in diversity. They want to bring everybody in and get everybody to be part of the system.
Yeah.
So because of that, sometimes you have to just have a level that you can pick. You just don't pick. You pick the best, that the people that fall into certain brackets from different regions.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes something like this can make you go a little bit down on the level that you can pick. But that is to the good of the game, because just imagine a European referee actually handled the Portugal versus Ghana game. Okay, you get. I will be here accusing the referee of being biased towards an European nation.
Yes,
that kind of a thing. So they just want to pick referees from different places, and because of that, quality will drop. You can't tell me that the quality of football played in Asia is the same, or the quality of refereeing in Asia is the same with that of Europe, or the same with that of England, of South America. So it's just, they just have to make that compromise. But still, the right decision has to be made. And coming to most of these cases, the fault is not that of the referee, because there has been a lot of clamor for us to help referees as often as possible.
Yes.
Help the referees out, help them out, because these things are happening in real time and it's happening so fast. So a fraction of a second can change a decision. So they need help. So I don't blame the referee for awarding that penalty to Portugal, but I blame the VAR for not telling the referee, please go and take a second look at this. Let's just just take a second look. And again, there was a second goal from Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao scored that. It doesn't look like a goal to me. It looked like an offside. But okay, no problem. Have the best technology. They told you, remember, they told us that they employed Hawkeye. Hawkeye, they are the guys that brought in goal line technology in Europe. Those guys to be able to also determine offline goals for us. And normally when goals are scored with questionable offline calls, they give us a picture of the lines that was drawn. They give a graphical picture showing why this person was either offside or not offside. I did not see that. I waited for it. The game ended. I did not see that. So why wouldn't I blame them? Why would I say that this thing happened because there was no VAR? At least let there be some time, because normally it takes like 30 seconds to determine if a goal was either offside or not.
Yes.
Time and determine that. No problem, they couldn't. So when I came online, people started drawing their lines, and their lines showed obvious.
People started drawing their own lines. Indeed.
Yes, and it showed offside. No problem, but they shouldn't have given us that option to start drawing lines. They should have just that it is either offside or not offside. So that is
all right. Let me actually take a halt there while we actually go for a commercial break. And in case you're joining us, this is Black Sports, where we talk about the African sports community. We're here giving you the insight of what's happening in World Cup, FIFA World Cup, right there in Qatar, this 2022. So we'll meet up after the commercial break.
They say even trust is built. When it comes to building materials, Edifice Mart is the right brand to trust. We sell and supply standard building materials such as PVC ceilings, POP cement and accessories, roofing materials, nails, asbestos ceilings, and many more. You can locate us at number 3 Abriba Alayi Road, Akara Junction, Ahaba Imeyi, Abia State, Nigeria. Contact us on 080-532-41913 or 080-376-90432. Edifice Smart, sustainable building solutions.
Okay, welcome back. This is Black Sport. So, in case you're joining us, don't forget to follow us on our social media platform like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook on the handle at BLAQSPORT Black Sports. So, still on the Portugal and Ghana analysis, it happens to be since after the first opener by Cristiano Ronaldo. So the Ghanaians happened to shock the whole world by actually giving us an equalizer. Okay, so the equalizer didn't last long. The equalizer was from Andrew Ayew, and it didn't last long for Joao Felix. Gave us in the 78th minute. And we also have another one by Rio Leo, which we see to be an offside. And we have the shocker by Bukari with the celebration of Cristiano. That actually caused a whole lot of reactions online. And before I ask, do you think let's talk about the celebration by Bukari, a whole lot of reactions saying that Cristiano was a little bit, doesn't show a pleasing reaction when he celebrated that goal?
To be honest, I'm not even interested in that Cristiano celebration. No. I was interested in the celebration, but not interested whether what people think of Cristiano Ronaldo celebration. Now the reason is this: the Ghanaians came into that game as with total lack of confidence. They don't have any belief in themselves. People say they played well. They were able to keep Portugal quiet. But I beg to disagree, because Portugal did not give a good account of themselves. They really did not impress me personally. But Ghanaians they tried to defend too much. They couldn't even put two passes together. The one thing about defending is that while you are defending, one of the ways to defend is to also show your opponent that you can attack. Now, when you show your opponents that you can attack and you can create chances, then they will be more cautious while putting the pressure on you. If they are more cautious putting the pressure on you, the ability to attack diminishes. But for the whole of first half, I was totally unimpressed with Ghana, because they were just putting the ball away, throwing it away, just making too many errors that they cannot even. There was no way they can just try to give a shot on target or try to pull up a counter attack. But then, after the goal was scored, after that first goal was scored, they had no choice. They had no choice that. And then when they came out, couple of mistakes and good football, helped them to actually get a goal, and that was it. But then when they scored the goal, they celebrated wildly. That's that's from Ayew. Now, I celebrated wildly that they have just equalized. The coach rushed to make some changes, to keep the result at 1-0, at 1-1. Now, when he made those changes, Portugal scored. Portugal scored 2-1. Portugal scored 3-1. Now, you are 3 goals down. You are 2 goals down. You need to actually score 2 more goals to equalize. There is no time. That's inside the 80th minute already. Inside the 80th minutes already. So, you now find that rare chance, a very rare opportunity to score a goal. And when you scored that goal, the only thing you could think of is to celebrate wildly. Remember?
I like the way you're talking about it this way. Okay.
So it doesn't make sense. You have not won the game. You've not even drawn. You are going home with 0 points. Why are you celebrating? You get so the moment he celebrated that, if you check very well, nobody was celebrating with him. The only guy that came close to him told him, come and let's restart the game and try to win. So he totally forgot himself, which means that he was not really interested in the result, but just overwhelmed by the fact that he scored.
That he overwhelmed that he scored against.
And this is the same thing that we blame Ronaldo for. So why, when a smaller player does that, we should blame the person, because it's always about the team. It has to be about the team always. So if you have such mentality come into a game, then I'll be wary of putting you in a game, because I don't want selfish players in my team.
So going forward to the game that ended in 3-2, do you see a strong side against their next opponent, that should be South Korea?
Well, I think they have shown that they can attack. They can actually do some. They can hurt opponents. So it's not left for them whether to keep defending or at least make some attempts to attack. I saw South Korea's game. South Korea, they were not fantastic, but they can actually fight for their games. They can actually fight for. Going to be a really strong battle for them to actually get something out of games. It depends on them. I'll be looking forward to that. As always, I'll root for them as an African team, and I want them to do well. But they have to do better than they did against Portugal. They have to do much better than they did against Portugal to win.
All right, that's well said. Now going to the match of the day that we're waiting for. This has to do between the second leg for the between Qatar and Senegal. The hosting country lost 1-3 to Senegal, and this is like a comeback for the African champions. So now this begs the question of what we're saying. The Senegal, a lot, I myself inclusive, believe that the scoreline does not really reflect what it should be. This should be a festival of goals in this situation. Do you agree with me?
Definitely. In fact, that game was a game of that's the lowest, the game in terms of quality. That's the lowest we have seen in this World Cup in terms of quality, because both teams, you are lacking in quality. I was not impressed at all. This is a game you expect Senegal to actually try to impose themselves and try to show that they can create chances, they can play fluid attacking football. This is a game to use to regain your confidence in a situation where we are shattered despite the last game. This is a game you have to actually rebuild yourself, show the world that you can play. But unfortunately, we did not see that. They struggled for the most part of the game, and when they eventually scored, they scored from a very rookie mistake from the Qatari defender.
Yeah, he couldn't clear the ball out.
Yeah, and after that goal, they now scored a great header, a fantastic one. But it has to be said that was a set piece goal, not taking anything away from a set piece goal. But it also means that they've not created a chance until we died into the second half. And after those two goals, they made some changes and they've completely forgot how to play. They stopped playing, and Qatar dominated them. I was wondering, this is Qatar. Forget the fact that they trained for 6 months before this tournament. They are still Qatar. How can Qatar dominate Senegal? And they dominated them to the point that they scored. And when they scored, it was a big celebration for them. Yeah, scoring your first World Cup goal, still a big celebration. They celebrated it as widely as they can, and the game forgot to play, which allowed Senegal to create that beautiful chance, which is quite a beautiful goal, to be honest. They were able to break down. I like it when you're able to throw passes that can tear down defenses and cause a goal. That is the real goal. That shows that they really play, and they were able to, break down the defense and create a chance and hit the ball in the net. So I was quite impressed with that, but overall, they were not able to give me the confidence. Remember, I had confidence from the last game they played. I was happy that they can. So now I was looking at them, expecting them to give me the play, give me the ball, give me the show that I'm expecting, and it didn't come. So I looked at them. I said, okay, I'm not going into the last match with any optimism. I'm going there with whatever I see, I think.
Okay, that's true. And speaking about the man of the moment, Mendy did quite some wonderful, nice two saves that I must say he's really the highlight of the match. So with these few saves that he's made, I believe that Mendy is actually told us that he's here to actually make an impact. I know the goal that actually went, obviously that is was meant to happen because he had to jump in between the two defenders, just like doing the Cristiano Ronaldo style to get the header to find it at the back of the net. But you can't take that away from Mendy for such a wonderful performance tonight.
That's what we always say. You do well, we praise you. You do badly, we have to attack you, and you have to take that.
Yes. it was really a fantastic save. Honestly, the second one they actually you have to hit out. I really did see that coming.
Not just one save, he made a number of very good saves in that game, which is fantastic. Which is also worrying at the same time because the Senegal should not let Qatar team dominate them. They should not. But those saves came because Qatar were attacking and throwing some waves and waves of attack on them, and we took some fantastic save from Mendy to keep the result very low, until Senegal were able to recover themselves. So I really admire, I was really happy. I saw the Mendy that was able to win Chelsea the Champions League last. So I saw that in that game. But then I need a little bit of consistency from this is a World Cup. You don't get too many chances. Another one will come in the next 4 years. So if you are there, you have to be there. You have to show your best. There is no bad day acceptable from you. You have to put in your best foot every single match.
Okay, going through the table now for the Group A, we have Netherlands, Ecuador, Senegal and Qatar. That is the standing as it is respectively. And you have Netherlands having 4 points, Ecuador having 4 points also, while Senegal is actually crawling behind with 3 points, while Qatar is here to get their first point of the tournament. Now with this is quite an interesting lineup or standings. So do you see Senegal coming out of this one with their next match, their final group stage match being between Ecuador? Do you see them coming out with this match? Because even if they get a draw in this game, I would say it wouldn't still warrant them to give them a lead, because we have 4-4 and the goal difference, they are still on 0 goal difference. You know that.
The Ecuador I saw today, they were so good, so dominant against the Netherlands side that is coached by Louis van Gaal. Yeah. So, wow, they were so good. It's just football and bad luck that's the reason why they were able to defeat the Netherlands today, because they threatened.
They were the better side.
They were just fantastic for me. I loved their game. So it's on the balance of things, I don't think Senegal can be able to defeat them. But one positive, which is not good for the Ecuadorians, is that their best player, who happens to be their top scorer, I think he's the one that scored all their goals.
Yeah,
no other
Valencia.
Enner Valencia has been the player for the goals, but he hobbled off injured today.
Yeah.
He had to be padded with a lot of eyes on his knees. So I think he will not be able to play in that game. And if he's not able to play, then that means they are missing a very vital part of their play, that of their system. So it's an opportunity for Senegal to pounce on it and make the most out of it. They have to get their ass right. Let them stop. If they are still mourning their absence of Mane and Kouyaté, they should stop, because they have enough quality to impose themselves for get points for the game. Today, a draw is not acceptable. A defeat is no. So they have to go out there, attack and win. So it's left for them to actually give us something to be proud of, because they are the best, and they are the best team in Africa at the moment, and they have to prove it in the world stage.
All right, you're giving us your own take on what is expected from Senegal in their coming match against Ecuador, which is meant to be sealed with a win and nothing more short of that. Okay, so now to round this up, I really want to appreciate you for your time. Incofab is really, I would say, we really do appreciate you coming over here to share more insight concerning what is happening over there in Qatar in the FIFA World Cup 2022. So, rounding that up, a bit of words from you. What do you think about the whole African teams? Do you think that in this competition they lack what? Obviously, I can see a lot of lack of concentration in all the African teams. Sometimes they are apart. Sometimes it seems as if they lost touch. You're not concentrating on the pass you're giving. You're giving some loose pass. That lack of concentration. How do you think that they'll be able to have this? Because it's affecting almost their games, and most teams seems as if that they are giving much respect to their opponent or the opposing side. How do you think we can avert this and have a favorable result coming forward as we go through the second phase of the group stage matches?
I think Africa should stop being comfortable with moral victories. They should stop being okay with near misses. It is no longer acceptable. We are no longer in the 80s or in the 90s when we are just coming up into the world of football, trying to stamp our name in the world of football. We're already here. We've been here for a long time, so we need to start beating opponents. We need to start beating them real good. So, what are their chances? On the balance of things, I've seen. I have to accept that the quality we possess as a players we have does not really match that of our opponent. So, it's always an uphill task for us. But we need to look inwards. We need to develop African football for the better. We need to improve our local leagues. And the government, for goodness sake, should stop interrupting with local leagues so that they can be able to grow on their own and be more competitive. So our chances is slim. Our chances are just very, very low. I think you have to be hyper optimistic to expect much from this current players or for the current teams we have presented here. So I'm not expecting too much, but I'm quite. I want to see surprises because surprises are possible. We have, as much as we don't have the best of players, we have players capable of creating havoc, creating problems for even the biggest teams or even the best teams. So I want to see something from them. I want to see them give us joy, cause some unexpected results. And I am looking at Morocco. I'm looking at the other North African team.
Okay.
Tunisia. So
Morocco and Tunisia.
Yeah, I'm looking at them as well. Cameroon disappointed me the most because it was not because they were not creating chances. They were creating chances, and the players that would normally put these chances away failed to score these goals. Look at Choupo-Moting. Choupo-Moting normally will score this goal 4 out of 5 times in Bayern Munich. So why will he miss a one-on-one in the World Cup stage, the biggest stage of all? Why would he? Look at a fantastic player in Mbeumo of Brentford. I failed to see him impose himself on the game. Why?
So they have to be.
Anguissa is a fantastic player. He played for Villarreal. Very, very good guy. So don't tell me that you don't really have players. You have players. I know you are not up to the getting to the quarter and semi-finals every single year. We should be hitting that point every single year, because Mourinho will tell you that if you get to the quarterfinals, anything can happen. So you have to always be to the quarterfinals because anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I need to see more fight from them, and I need to see them putting away their chances. This lack of concentration that keeps getting them miss out on vital moments of the match has to stop. It has to stop, for goodness sake, because these are the moments that define the game. You can play well for 90 minutes, and that's one moment at the end that means who wins and who loses. Exactly. So there is no trophy for moral victories. There is no trophy for possession. There is no trophy for chances created. It's all about the goals. It's all about the goals. The goals are the most important thing. You score, you celebrate you. It doesn't score it anyhow, anyway, we'll celebrate you. So they need to understand these things and start giving us something better.
All right, thank you so much, Incofab. I'm really, really thrilled with all you have actually given us this moment. And I believe, I pray that you'll be with us on Monday. We're gonna have Joshua Gosimbo of Cameroon, where you're here to. I call him anything Cameroonian football. I wish you'd be here to have some good talking points with him. We need to iron this out. What is happening right there with the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon? All right.
Yeah, no
All
problem.
right. So we're going to draw the curtain so much. Okay, and feel free to go online to listen to BLAQSBORT, and don't forget to subscribe on our podcast and on our social media platform at BLAQSBORT on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also in YouTube. Okay, see you in the next episode, and don't forget, wherever you are in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, in Antarctica, in America, Black Sports will find you. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Bye.